Okay, I'm live. Okay, so what's up, y'all? It's NY Javi. How y'all doing today? Today, I'm going to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, because what's up, Faye? As you know, the Milwaukee Bucks just got eliminated. The NBA playoffs. So I'm going to talk about first. Let's start with Jrue Holiday. Obviously, Jrue Holiday underperformed to his expertise. This is a guy that we call the best defender. This is the guy that we call the best defender in basketball. This is the guy that we call the best defender in the NBA. Obviously, he didn't live up to it, to how people wanted him to live up to it. So this is what I have to say about that. He needs to look at himself in the mirror and hold himself accountability as well. And I also feel like he needs to make major changes and major improvements to his game as well. Another thing he needs to work on is what he can do to improve and play at a high defensive level if we're going to call him the best player. He needs to take accountability first. We need to get into some of the other pieces as well, such as Giannis. He definitely got to hold himself accountable for his actions and his mistakes as well. The wall of Giannis is just going to keep going on if he doesn't expand his game. He needs to expand his game. He can't just be coming, driving, dunking every time. His moves is becoming predictable. He needs to work on his bag. Obviously, his handles he needs to work on. He also needs to go in the offseason and work on at least a mid-range jumper. He has the ability to do it. We've seen him do it on numerous occasions. Why not expand upon that? That way, that gives you another option. That way, when they build a wall at Giannis, they don't have to be trapping you as if you're Ben Simmons or something like that. Because Giannis is definitely not that type of player. He is nowhere near Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons has not touched this level of Giannis, of what he's done in the past as well. But the more that we see what's going on with first-round exits with Giannis, it is starting to leave a stain on his career now. People are starting to say that 2021 championship that he won, which rightfully so, he did earn it, but also rightfully so, a lot of teams got injured and a lot of teams wasn't in the playoffs, which means the Bucks did have somewhat of an easy path to get there. By the way, I will do another stream if anybody want to come in and talk. I feel like, from that standpoint, we need to expand his game to the next level. He needs to work on his mid-range jumper, obviously. That is going to help him. And if he can get a jumper, that will be scary, as we said numerous times, as I even said before. And I'm a Giannis fan as well. I'll be honest, I'm a Giannis fan. But I also got to give him accountability. He needs to look in the mirror and accept that the loss that they took against the Heat, yes, I did say that he only played 2 games, and I was defending him when people was getting on his case. I was defending him saying, yo, they got injured. But let's be honest, this comes from a friend of mine too. Shout out to him. The Heat were injured as well. Butler carried that entire series. Butler strived to the occasion and bust Jrue Holiday's you-know-what. I'll say it. He bust Jrue Holiday's ass and did his thing. Jimmy Butler is a good player. Don't get it wrong. He is an elite level player. I think he's top 10. Whatever y'all rank him, that's on y'all. But I feel like he is a level player in this generation. We need to work on things that we can improve. I don't think it was just the head coach's fault because they got rid of Coach Bud. I don't think it was all the way his fault. I feel like it was Giannis' fault to a certain degree as well. Yes, he only played 2 to 3 games. But he did came back and was still averaging 30 a game and 10 a game, along with 6 or 7 assists. At a time where the Heat players, their Heat defense was getting killed. At a time where Kevin Love, Adebayo was getting fouled out. Allen was out the game. This was the time for Giannis to take over. And what did they do? They put that wall of Giannis on him, stopping him from getting to the basket. That is unacceptable. He needs to work on different things that's going to improve his game. Jrue Holiday definitely needs to take accountability for his actions, but Giannis needs to take accountability for his actions as well. We need to get him in the lab and see what we can do. He needs to go over the offseason, and he needs to work on things that's going to strive him as a player. Because these losses, I ain't gonna lie, this shit was unacceptable. We need to figure out what we can do. One thing with Giannis is post-game, handle, mid-range. He don't need to worry about dunking or none of this. He is 6'11". He gonna dunk anytime. He don't got to worry about that. He's 6'11" and is built like a tank. He don't need to work on defense either. He is a good defender. He know what he got to do on defense. It's about his offensive repertoire that we need to work on with Giannis. Dunking and defense is not his problem. His offensive repertoire, we got to work on. And that's what I have to say about that from Giannis' perspective. Another thing I feel like we need to do, we need to get a more younger 3-and-D level star that can help out. Let's be honest, Middleton is a star, but he's not getting older. His body is not holding up. He was injured throughout the season. Obviously, the knee injuries took a hit. He's no longer the same level defender that he was 3 to 4 years prior. Even during the 2021 run, he's nowhere near that elite level defender. We need to get another young star that can play alongside Giannis. I understand Giannis needs his Robin. He got to take accountability as well, as I said. But we need someone younger. Middleton he's not getting any younger. Father time is starting to reach him. This man is in his 30s now. We need to figure out what we can do from that standpoint. And we need a coach that is going to be willing to work with him on Giannis stuff. Another thing we need to figure out what we need to do is get a repertoire type of system, a more greater system that can help out. What's up, bro? We need to get another system that's going to help out from the standpoint. The Milwaukee Bucks system, yes, it got them a championship, but this coach needs to work on improvement with these guys. They are all talented players. I feel like they need to work on what they can do to improve the roster. We definitely need to make some changes to the roster, obviously. I know they've traded first-round picks to get Holiday when they first signed him. We need to figure out more strides we could do to build the roster around whoever the head coach they get. But like I said, it does start with Giannis. Giannis is young. He's scary. He's already two-time MVP. One finals MVP. Yeah, I go live a lot. We need to figure out something we can do with that standpoint. Like I said, one of the things that needs to be worked on is his offensive game. By the way, as I said before, Red Beard Viking, I will do a separate live for just in case y'all want to interact and want to come into lives and stuff like that when I'm done doing my stream here for the sports thing. So if y'all want to come in and y'all want to hang out and stuff like that, I will do it. Y'all come in and we chop it up, talk, and do what we do. I'm working right now. Like I said, from that, Giannis with a jumper will be unstoppable. Giannis can have a handle. I'm not saying he gotta have a KD, Steph Curry, crazy type of handle, but a handle that he can produce and hit efficiency-wise. Otherwise, they just going to keep throwing the wall of Giannis on him because they know what he can do. He's a slashing playmaker. And this is no disrespect towards Giannis, because like I said, I ain't going to discredit his championship. A championship is a championship. I'm just saying what people are saying is that the championship doesn't hold to exist because a lot of the teams were injured. Now, I will think it is rightfully so to some standard, but a championship is a championship, like I said. This starts with Giannis. That's what it's all started with. Giannis is the face of this franchise. So this definitely starts with him. Definitely starts with Middleton and Jrue Holiday as well. But most importantly, Giannis needs to make those strides. If he doesn't make those strides, they just going to keep throwing the wall of Giannis on him, and it's disgusting. Because Giannis is a great player. Giannis can improve and adapt. If he can improve and adapt, as he's been doing to a certain extent, I will give him credit. Then we need to figure out another option for the other two, which I would have said. Adapt and improve is what I think is going to help this Bucks team. And I feel like they could become a championship contender for years to go. I feel like they will figure it out if they get a veteran coach that can help out with that. And that's what I have to say about that. And we'll take it from there and see what happens in the offseason. And that's what I had to say about that with the Bucks team.